Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Real Madrid 2, Granada nil. I'm recording this quite literally right after the game has just ended. Um, because why not, right? Um, yeah, Real Madrid pretty dominant in the game. Look, it was expected, at home against a team that are 19th, against a team that are going to be in the relegation battle. You have to be winning such kind of games, and you know you need to praise the performance today, but it is after all Granada, and no disrespect, but they are, like I said, 19th. There are definitely positives to take away from this. Um, I don't see any negatives from this game. Maybe a few, but not, negatives as in, oh my god, if we keep doing this, it will affect us. But look, 2-0 at home against Granada is, pretty solid. Um, just a quick touch about Granada here because you can see the way that Granada came into this game. It's like cut it last week. It's like how teams like that play, especially when you are playing um, to survive, to not get relegated. When you are being forced to play a certain way to stay in the league, it will be extra pressure on the manager. And I think they recently got a new manager mid-season as well, if I'm not wrong. Um, so of course he didn't have the preseason, he didn't have time. So if one of the first few games, you're taking on Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, as a manager, you can't really implement a lot more other than the basics. And at the moment, the basics for Granada is probably go out there, try to defend as much as you can, maybe hit on the counter attack, maybe get a chance and score a goal or two, and then defend. That's really all they can do because when you are in a relegation battle, you have to just grind out results. That is the most important thing, right? So I can understand, the way they came into this game, but it wasn't effective really because yes, Real Madrid were dominant, and yes, they did play well defensively, but you know, as much as they were sitting back, the first goal, we just kind of cut open their defense a bit, and the second goal we ran through them quite easily as well. So realistically, I'm not saying that they should have won because it's a lot of expectation to win at the Bernabeu, but I don't really think that even if they play that way, they're gonna get far. That's why I just think. But let's see if Granada can prove us all wrong as well, and maybe they can get something. Maybe they might survive. Who knows? They're definitely not the worst team in the league this season because Almeria are dead bottom, really. But let's talk about Real Madrid now. Um, I mean, let's go through the team, right? Lunin, look, I was, I felt like Lunin didn't really have much to do, but again, it's because we're playing against a team that are going to sit back, are going to um, let us get at them basically, and you know they had two shots. Granada had two shots the whole game. None of them on target. So that shows you that Lunin didn't have much to do. Solid performance, but didn't have much to do. So yeah, um, the back line, Carvajal came off at halftime, I think. Um, Alaba and Rudiger, look, I like this partnership at the back. Um, I want to talk about Rudiger a bit here because he has really stepped up his game from last season. I remember last season everyone was saying Rudiger not having the greatest of seasons, not having the greatest of times. He has really improved this season, you can tell. Of course, he got the yellow card for, I think it was dissent. He was like clapping when the referee gave Bellingham a yellow. I think it's unnecessary. I don't think you should be doing that because yes, you might get a yellow now, but if you consistently and constantly just keep doing that, you're gonna pick up yellows every single match. So I think that was unnecessary. I think that was kind of stupid. But overall, solid at the back. Mendy underrated, um, as well as always. I feel like Mendy is the most underrated Real Madrid player. The midfield, you know what, Cruz, right? Playing 90 again, 2 games in a row. That's fair play because mentally and physically that demands a lot of a player, especially a player who is in his 30s, um, and might, retire soon. Right, definitely. Um, yeah, Valverde, look, wasn't, a game that he did a lot, but he didn't really make much mistakes as well. So, solid game. Bellingham played slightly deeper, but he was actually more to the left hand side. So basically, how it set up was the typical back five, but it was kind of like Brahim Diaz on the right as like a right winger, and it was Valverde and Cruz with Bellingham out wide on the left, like a left winger. Um, and then essentially it was Jose Lu and Rodrygo up top as your front two, and that kind of shifted throughout the game. We saw Jose Lu move to the right, we saw Rodrygo move to the right, we saw Bellingham move to the right. He was constantly switching, but it was meant to be a 4-4-2. Especially when we defend as well. You can clearly tell the shape. But Bellingham had a quiet game, I thought, but I'm not gonna be here and say, oh, he's not good. Obviously not, right? But he was frustrated, you can tell. Got a yellow card for dissent as well. He was frustrated with the referee, you can tell. I mean, he had 4 moments or so where he was just going at the referee. He was really close to getting a second yellow and a red. Look, I don't think all the refereeing decisions were spot on. I do agree that, if the referee says no foul, you just have to get up and continue. There's no need to go at the referee and start, descend, right? Got a yellow card. That was pretty stupid as well, but okay. But, was it a penalty? Bellingham, I think, edged of the box. I personally think it was, but it wasn't given. And I heard the commentators say that they didn't think it was. But maybe that's just me. Who else? Rodrygo, yeah. Rodrygo is at 7 goals in 5 games. That, I think we need to talk about Rodrygo here now because I remember he scored against Athletic Club Bilbao at the start of the season. He went on, I don't know how many games, but he went on a period of games where he just wasn't starting, he wasn't playing, and he wasn't scoring. And now, in the last 5 games, he's got 7 goals. Like, basically, out of nowhere. Look, Rodrygo is one for the future, definitely. Definitely. And it's almost like he is happy to he's happy if he doesn't play, and he's just willing to fight for his spot. And that is what I like about his mentality is when he gets dropped, when he gets put onto the bench for 5 to 10 games, he doesn't whine, he doesn't complain, he just works harder to be in the team. And now that he has his chance because Vinicius Jr. is injured, he's taken it. And I think that even if Vinny Jr. comes back, Rodrygo will still be the main guy. Because Vinny Jr. obviously will take time to recover, but Rodrygo is on good form right now. And he's arguably the most important player in the team right now for getting the goals. Because on a day like this where Bellingham doesn't score, what happens? But let's talk about the first goal. Brahim Diaz into Cruz, and the only player who can pull off that pass to Brahim Diaz is Toni Kroos. He gets that pass, Brahim Diaz gets through the defense, he is onside, left foot, a little chip over the keeper, 1-0. Good start. Pretty early goal after 26 minutes before the half an hour mark. Second half, Brahim Diaz again runs to the defense, cuts it back for Bellingham. Good save from the keeper, to be fair. I think it was Ferreira, who came on as a substitute because their first keeper at least, was injured. Bellingham somehow denied, and then Rodrygo just slams home from the rebound. And 2-0, game over really, because Granada didn't even look like scoring one, let alone two. But like I said, the front two, Rodrygo was, good, very good. Joselu was quiet, but look, we have to still support him, get behind him, because it's not easy. It's not easy to wear that shirt and go out there and perform. And we've all said it, he's not Benzema's replacement. He's the replacement to the backup to Benzema. He's meant to be what Luka Jovic was meant to be 2 years ago, when he was a backup. That's what his job is. Joselu, as much as I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, he's not a first team quality player. He's not going to score you 40 goals a season. Let's just put it that way. And that's very clear. So, clearly, something has to change. And I hope that we do go out there and bring someone in that can be the 35-40 goal player. Brahim Diaz, of course, I would say is the man of the match. He was really, really good. And it's good to see him play, because that once Vinny Jr. and everyone else comes back, he'll probably be on the bench again. So it's good to see him play, get a goal as well. His second La Liga goal since Las Palmas, I think. As well, coming off the bench, Gonzalo Garcia coming on again, Nico Paz coming on. Both of them are young, didn't really make much of an impact, but they didn't really have much time as well. They came on for the last 10 minutes or so. Lucas Vazquez came on at half time. He had a ridiculous volley that he tried, went way wide. Not sure why he tried that. And Dani Ceballos, who came on as well for Joselu. So yeah, I'm surprised Fran Garcia hasn't been getting minutes as well. I'm not sure if there's something with it. Look, the good thing about this game is now that this is gone, we have probably kind of managed to rest a couple of players. We've rotated a bit. We look to Real Betis next week, away from home against a team that can be dangerous, against a team that Isco is playing at, right? Against a team that could challenge for the top 7, top 6. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But in terms of other La Liga news, Girona beat Valencia late on. Last 10 minutes, they scored twice. I was hoping Valencia could do it, man. I saw they were 1-0 up, and I was like, please. But dang it. And then you have Barcelona, Atletico Madrid as well this weekend. So, one of those two teams will drop points. Either one or both teams will drop points. That is a guarantee. I would rather a draw, like a 1-1 or whatever, because both teams will drop 2 points and they'll be 6 points behind Real Madrid. But look, Real Madrid back to the top of the table, ahead of Girona, and we'll all be watching Barcelona against Atletico Madrid, because that is really, really interesting. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit that button, subscribe, turn us on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.